Hello. Hope we can get started with a few people joining in. Hello, Maria. I see you.
Hello.
Hi there. So,
Hi.
how long have you been on Verbling?
Since yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Where do you live?
I live in Spain, but I'm from Colombia.
Ah, so you've gone the other way across the Atlantic. Yes. Most people seem to be traveling west, but some people go east again. So, how long did you live in Colombia?
No, I live in Spain.
But you did live in Colombia.
Yes, I didn't live in Colombia. I live in Spain. I lived in Spain 10 years ago.
So, were you born in Colombia?
What?
Were you born in Colombia?
Yes, yes, yes.
And then later you came to Spain?
Yes.
And you have been living in Spain for 10 years now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
So I've posted a link today here, and we're going to look at some sentences where it's quite interesting to pronounce them, because sometimes if we say a sentence one way, it can mean something, and if we say it another way, it can change the meaning.
Yeah. Okay.
The same words. So we're looking at that today.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you some examples, and then we'll practice saying those examples.
Okay. Excuse me, teacher, where are you from?
I was born quite close to where I am now. So, like you, I travelled, but I was born in near Canterbury, which is not too far from London. If you go from London eastwards towards France, so I live now in this part of England, which is close to France.
Okay.
So we can see France from. We can easily see France. It's very close.
Okay. So you speak French too?
Oh, not so much these days, because I've been living in Hungary for 6 years, and I like to speak French, but I haven't been practicing and speaking French for some time now. So I need to go to France. I haven't spent very long in France. Can you speak French?
No, I speak Catalan.
Oh, Catalan, yes. I don't.
Yes.
What is the difference between Catalan and English? Catalan and Spanish?
Yes, there are many differences. Although there are some words is the same, but it's similar, more or less French.
So it is a definite language, Catalan. It is not a dialect. It is another language.
It's language. Yes, it's from Catalonia. Catalonia is correct, no? Catalonia.
Yes, yes.
Catalonia. Yes. I live in Catalonia.
That's great. So, are there any people who live there who don't speak Spanish?
No. Normally, people who live in Catalonia speak Spanish and Catalan too. Yes.
It sounds like Wales. You know, in Britain there are maybe 4 languages, but the second language is Welsh in Wales, and almost all of them, maybe just some thousands, nearly all of them speak English. But there are some other languages on islands, and some of those people don't speak English. But most people speak English now. Almost everybody, nearly every native British person speaks English now.
Yeah. Okay.
Now
Very
then,
good.
So where should we start? Let's have a look at the screen first of all. I'm going to screen share. So just a moment, it's tricky sometimes getting the screen to share. I go to the screen and then I go to screen share and then I can't see my screen. Google Hangouts, always different, always changing around. You have to click things exactly right, otherwise it just disappears. Here it's back again by magic. Now it's there. So one thing I'd like to start with, intonation, is that, you know, when you ask a question, intonation rises like this. And one thing which a lot of people do is they use intonation too much sometimes. So I'm going to tell you today, use intonation. Yes, it's good to use intonation, but don't use it for everything. I mean, don't use intonation because you don't know how to make questions. So too many people who are learning English use intonation for questions because they can't ask a proper question. So, for example, if I think I know your name, and I see Mario is there, I say, I should say, hello, your name's Mario, isn't it? I can use a question tag or a question form, but some people learning English will say something like, you're Mario? You're Mario? Like this, because in some languages it's okay to do this. It's okay to ask questions the same as a statement. There's no difference. Maria, in your Catalan language, do you have a special form for asking questions? I mean, do you have to change the words in any way, or do you have to add words or make some differences, or is it the same as making a statement?
Yes, we have a word.
You have words?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Laura, you're telling me something about it.
I'm Laura.
Laura, tell me
Catalan
something.
too.
Yeah. Can you tell me how it works?
Normally we end the sentence with the word is hoy.
Yes.
So in English we have question words at the beginning, like what, where, and.
But excuse me, but hoy is at the end.
Yes, at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like when you use the when you say isn't it, or these tags you were talking about.
Yeah, so sometimes in English we have a question tag like that, which goes at the end, like your oi, and it's like a reversing to make a question. Don't run today, do they? This kind of thing. That's one form, only one form. But I think a lot of people who learn English don't practice questions enough because they think that, like their own language, they don't need to do it and it's not so important. So you hear people not using questions with do and are, with auxiliary questions. Do they? And the subject and verb order. Do you have any kind of word order with your questions, Laura? or do you? Is the words?
No,
are the
we
words
don't change the
plural?
order. We don't change the order.
So is it is a question, and it is a statement. So what I'm saying is that it's a good idea for everybody to learn question form, because it gets a bit annoying if every single question is a statement with raising intonation, like it is. There's one time, I think you can do it. You hear native speakers doing it, and it's okay sometimes, but it has a kind of feeling. What do you think about it, Laura? What do you think? When would you think it's okay in English to use this form? Never, or sometimes, or in a particular situation?
When I didn't understand. When you use the form is it.
Some people use a statement form as a question, even in English. And I'm telling people that it's not good to do this generally, but occasionally it might be allowable, let's say, or fine. What does it mean if you say is instead of it is it, but you say it is?
When you're surprised or you don't believe.
Yeah, exactly that. So, you know, when somebody does it all the time, you feel after a while like you've been stretched on a rack or something, because when somebody's surprised, it's not relaxing. So when somebody says something surprising, like "whoa," like this, it's fine once maybe, but if they do it 20 times, after a while you start to get nervous. And sometimes you can make English people nervous because with your intonation. So it's good to learn the soft tones as well as the raising tones. And I want to say something about reading. Sometimes you read in a book and somebody says something in good morning, they say, like this. And now I say here, good morning, they said. So falling intonation is looking backwards. Good morning, they said. Who can say that the other way round? Put the good morning bit to the end of the sentence. What about Mario? Can you say? Can you understand what I'm trying to ask you? Try to change the words around and start with "they said" and end with "good morning."
I had to say sentences.
Well, I was asking Mario actually, because you've all got the same name, but Maria. I was asking Mario. So let me ask Mario. So what I'd like Mario to say is that I said, "Good morning," they said. I'm reading from a book, you know, when they say what somebody said. So it's in quotes, and I read it like this: "Good morning," they said. Or let's make it more interesting. Let's say something more interesting, like "Have a nice day." Have a nice day, said the waitress. Now I want you to start with "the waitress said." So can you make a sentence? The waitress said.
The waitress said, "Have a nice day."
Yeah, and what's the difference? Is there any difference? So when we say "have a nice day," the waitress said, or the waitress said, "Have a nice day," can you hear a difference? I think you did it automatically because it's normal in your language too. So, but what is the difference?
The second is indirect speech, perhaps, but the first.
There's something about rising and falling, because if I say "good morning," they said, can you hear I'm dropping? They said. But when Mario read the other one, he said, "The waitress said," the waitress was on a level, the waitress, and then you said, "The waitress said," up like this. The waitress said, "Good morning." So what we can see is that tone can be annoying or relaxing, and it can, because it's pushing and pulling. Sometimes rising tone is looking forwards, and we're waiting for something, and that something should come. And sometimes when we're relaxing people, the listener, by dropping at the end. So, have a nice day, he said. Not, have a nice day, he said. Because if I raise my voice, I have to go on and on. And so, when we use intonation incorrectly, sometimes it can be difficult to listen to after a while. It can get quite stressed. So we have to try to think about that. And today I'm going to give some sentences on the screen again. So I have to move to the page with the page. Now, here's the sentence. I'm going to just type it into the text. You might have heard of this sentence. There are some others as well. So this sentence here, I didn't steal the books from the library. Now, we can change it quite a lot. We can stress it in different places. So there it goes.
He said.
Well, this time we're not going to say he said or anything. We're just going to read the words, and we're going to put another sentence at the end of it. So I'm going to give you some sentences which go after this. So we are going to say this. We're going to deny stealing the books, maybe. So somebody has spoken to us, and our answer to them is, I didn't steal the books from the library. But we're not going to be like a computer. We're going to say it different ways. And each way matches a different feeling and a different meaning. So I'm going to show you. We've got 5 here. So one of them, it must have been somebody else.
It must.
It wasn't me. It must have been somebody else. And another one, something like, I was out shopping at the time. I deny it. I never did such a thing. So you can make your own sentences as well, but you can use these. So we're going to see how the meaning changes slightly.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask if somebody can demonstrate. I could demonstrate these, but let's see if somebody else could first of all. So maybe Laura, can you try this?
So I have to do another sentence using...
you can use the ones on my screen if you like, but you can also change. Maybe the first time round you could just copy. Maybe the first time round you can just use these.
Okay.
Then the next time we can try it again. You can think of some other sentences. But for now, let's just see if we can get the basic idea. So you can use these sentences if you wish.
I didn't steal the books from the library.
And read on.
It was Tom. It must have been somebody else.
Okay, so when we say that, we say, I didn't steal the books from the library. That's like, it wasn't me. But this means that, yes, the books were stolen, I'm sure. I agree, but it wasn't me.
But the important is the person, no?
Yes, and if you stress the person, then you're just saying it wasn't me. But if you stress I didn't steal the books from the library, then you're just saying it wasn't. It's not true at all. Really, it wasn't. I deny it. So I didn't steal the books from the library. What are you talking about? It's something like that. It's not saying that it was somebody else. It's just saying it's not true. And if you say, if it's sure that you have the books with you, you've got the books, and you can't deny it, you've got the books, and why have you got the books? You can say, well, I didn't steal them. I didn't steal the books from the library, I just borrowed them. and then we've got the different meanings. So let's go through them all again. So actually, you don't need to read all of it. So some of that text at the end is just an explanation. I should maybe break it a bit to show, but you can say something after the sentence each time.
Okay. I didn't steal the books from the library. It wasn't me. I didn't steal the books from the library.
Yeah, do them all. That's right.
I continue as the.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, carry on. I interrupted you. Sorry, that's right.
Okay.
So do them all.
I didn't. Wait. I didn't steal the books from the library. I was at the cinema. I didn't steal the books from the library. Somebody lent them to me or give them to me.
Lent them to me, yes. Okay, good.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I don't know.
Yeah, so this one probably goes with saying that you might have stolen something,
but not the books.
But not the books. So that's why we emphasise the books there. So what I'd like to do later, when we've got this, is try to think of some very good second sentences, because at the moment there's quite a lot of stuff there, and I shall break it up with notes and say, here's a good practice sentence, and the rest of it is just notes. So the next one shows that what does it mean? I didn't steal the books from the library.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Maybe you steal them from another place.
Yeah, that's it. So we've got different ways to do it, and we're going to try and. So we'll practice reading this one just so that we get the feeling, so that the feeling comes across. Actually, it's just as long as we know how to say them and we know what they mean, that's enough. And then we'll go on to another sentence afterwards, and we will try to make a second sentence that time round. So, Dennis, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm going to mute my microphone while the drilling is going on again at the moment. So you can. I'd like you to read them, the 5 versions, and see how they sound.
Which sentence you mean?
Well, we've got 5 sentences. They're all the same sentence, but the first one emphasizes that it wasn't you. So I didn't do it. I didn't steal the books from the library. Actually, there's a good idea. Look, we can actually put something before it. We don't have to be after. So we could say, I didn't do it. I didn't steal the books from the library.
Yes, but there is another sentence beneath. You should.
Well, let's stick with the first one a bit longer.
Say we should
a bit more with the first one, and then when we come to the second one, we'll be more creative and we'll make some sentences.
Okay, and new sentences, yeah? I didn't steal the book from the library. It was Maria. Second one. I'm sorry, I'm just joking. So I didn't steal the books from the library. I just borrow them. Yeah.
That would probably be number 3. Yeah, number 3. That would be something like that. But if you're going to stress the didn't, that would mean more like a flat denial. So I didn't steal the books.
Yes, I didn't steal the books from the library. I was out.
Yeah, I was nowhere around. It wasn't. It was someone else who looked like me. Yes.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I just. Can I say took him for the time? How can I say?
Well, that's a bit like borrowing, isn't it? Yeah. So how can you say that another way? I'm just reading them over here or something. Yeah, I just took them for a while, yes. Borrowed them, maybe.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I stole the newspapers from the library. I didn't steal the books from the library. I stole them from you.
Okay, so now we'll all have a go at just reading these to get the idea, and then while we're thinking about it, you can see the next sentence which is coming up. So when we get to that sentence in a moment, let's see how many ways we can change it. So I'd like, after we've practiced reading these sentences a few times, at least each of us, then we're going to go and have a look at this sentence. I didn't say we should kill him. See if we can change it a couple of ways. Maybe not 5 ways, but maybe 2 ways, maybe 3 ways, with different sentences at the end or beginning. So, but for now, let's go down and see. Maria, can you try some of those? Can you try and read the sentence different ways?
Mm-hmm.
Maria.
Maria.
It's me. Read all the sentences.
Yeah, try to read them different ways.
I didn't say we should kill him.
Ah, no, let's leave that one for a moment. We'll go on to that one. So think about that one in a minute. But just read the library book one.
Oh, okay.
Different ways.
I didn't steal the books from the library. It was done. It must have been somebody else.
Well, you stressed didn't. And there, if you're saying it was somebody else, you would probably stress I. Something like, I didn't do it. I didn't steal the books. That would make more sense. I didn't steal the books from the library. It was Tom. It wasn't me. It was him. So I didn't steal the books from the library. So that would go more with that one. And then yours was the stressing didn't is like a flat denial.
Didn't.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the second one. Try that way. Try to do the denial.
The second.
Yes. That's all you're trying to say to me is
okay.
You didn't do it. I didn't do it. So if you're just denying, then you emphasize didn't.
Okay. I didn't steal the books from the library. I wasn't out shopping at the time. I didn't steal the books from the library. I borrowed them. I didn't hear you. Didn't hear you really. You're stressing didn't all the time. There you stressed didn't, and there you stressed didn't. So here you changed the stressed word. So the reason is that here you're stressing steal because you've got the books. Okay.
You've got the books. Somehow you've got the books, but you're saying, okay, yes, I've got the books, but I didn't steal the books.
Okay. So in the third sentences is the verbs. The fourth is the nouns. No.
Yeah. Well, usually it's a noun or a verb.
Okay.
So, because we don't stress prepositions and articles.
Okay. Okay. So, carry on.
Yes, let's see if we can get some sound good.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I only stole some notepaper, and I thought it wouldn't matter. Matter. Yeah, get a nice A. So there again, I didn't really hear any different stress there.
I think I would say something like, I didn't steal the books from the library, I only stole notepaper, and I thought that wouldn't matter. So I didn't steal the books, somebody else must have stolen them. I didn't steal the books from the library. So that's, and then if I was admitting yes, the policeman or the man at the desk caught me, and I did do it, but I didn't. I have got some stolen things in my bag, but I didn't steal these books from the library. I didn't steal the books from the library. I stole them from the street, from the shop. I didn't steal the books from the library. So we can see we've got different stresses there. Let's just see, maybe Rodolfo, are you there? Trofino.
Yes, I'm here.
Can I hear your rendition of it? Could you try some of these sentences?
the same sentences.
Yeah, we'll do the others, the other sentence or another sentence after this. But let's just see if we've got the general idea of it and see how it goes. So
Okay.
let's just hear if you can stress different words and get the feeling of it.
Yes. I didn't steal the books from the library. It was Tom. It must have been somebody else.
Yeah, that sounded really good, except for the word must, because it sounded a bit like must, but it must. Get that up sound, like come, love, up, dove, must, up. Okay, but that was good. So number 2, what would that be like?
I didn't steal the books from the library. I was out shopping at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I borrowed them.
Yeah, I like it. I like the sound. It sounds really good. It sounds like you're reading it really well, and the intonation is coming across really well. So let's do the last 2.
Okay. I didn't steal the book. No. I didn't steal the books from the library. I only stamped some note paper, and I thought it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, matter. Get the nice ah sound on matter. Yeah,
That's a question I have. Should I say like a D sound or a T sound?
Oh, it doesn't matter about that, but it matters about the ah. You
Okay.
can say matter, but as long as you've got to get the ma.
Ma.
You've got to get the ah sound, not meh, but ma.
And the 5.
Number 5, yes.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I stole them from shop across the street.
Yeah, and I would change that slightly. I would say something like, because sometimes when you stress a word, you can kind of hang it out as well. So I didn't steal those books from the library. So it's a kind of, not just a matter of louder and stressed, but it's kind of a draw attention to it, dress it up a bit. So I didn't steal the books from the library. I stole them from the shop across the street. Anyway, you did a great job on that one, so that's coming across nice. It sounds good. So, Vincenzo, hello. Are you ready to read?
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. So let's see how you can render these. So
From point to 1.
yes, please. Very good.
I don't see it. Wait a moment. I see point 2, but I don't see point 1. Wait a moment.
Well, just do point.
I see it. Okay. Vediamo un pochino. Let us see. I didn't steal the book from the library. It was Tom. It must have been somebody else.
That was interesting because you stressed I, like it says, but I still felt that you stressed steal, and that came like I didn't steal. I didn't steal you, but I would say it's more like I didn't steal. So drop down on the other words a bit.
I didn't.
Otherwise,
no.
Yeah, because if you stress the steal, then we forget that you stressed the I.
Okay.
So you have to drop down a bit on those.
Perhaps I must make a gap between I and didn't. I didn't steal the books from the library. It was Tom. It must have somebody else.
I think one way to do it. One way to do this stressing and stressing a word is to make it hang a bit. I noticed on number 5, I said I didn't steal the books from the library. You make it a bit stretched as well and dance on it a little bit. So you can say I didn't steal the books. It's like the whole word goes boing.
Okay. Okay. Let me try. I didn't steal the book from the library. It was Tom. It must have been somebody else. Okay?
Yes, that was really much better that time.
The second. I didn't steal the book book from the library. It was out shopping at the time. I didn't steal the books from the library.
Yes,
I
that
was
sounds good.
okay. I didn't steal the books from the library. I borrowed them.
Yeah, that came across well again.
I didn't steal the books from the library. I borrowed them.
Very good.
The fourth one. I didn't steal the books from the library. I only stole some note paper, and I thought it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, note paper. Remember, the paper word has a train sound, like A. Paper.
Paper, yes.
No, well, yours was a little bit P. Yours was a little bit too E. Paper, but it wants to be A. Not E for tree, but A for train. Paper train. Paper trail.
Paper.
Like pay. Payday. Paper.
Paper.
Yes.
More explosive.
More train. The key word in our pronunciation book is train. Train. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Paper.
Paper. No,
Yes.
no, okay. Okay. The fifth one. The fifth. I didn't steal the books from the library. No. I didn't steal the books from the library. I stole them from shop across the street.
There's something wrong with the grammar there. Can you see a mistake? I stole them from shop across the street. What's wrong with that?
I stole them
From the shop.
From the shop.
The shop. The article is missing.
The shop, yes, because we're using a definite article when we are identifying something particular, and it's that one. The shop across the street.
The shop.
Yes. Okay, so that's great work. So now what we need to do is take a look at the next sentence, and all together we can just see if we can find how many different ways we can change it.
I don't know what you're saying.
7.
Is it the same as the last example, and how many different ways can we stress it?
7 in 7 ways.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that how many words there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you think we can do it every single word? Let's see. Can you show us some of those? So let's see what do they have different meanings that we could describe? I mean, different emphasis and what different emphasis. So if we change the emphasis on every single word, you think, because we have 7 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's see how many of them work well. So can you show me some?
Me? Who?
Yeah, so you said 7, didn't you?
Yeah, okay. I didn't say we should kill him.
That's.
I
I heard you stress the first one, I.
didn't say.
So that
we should
means,
kill him.
what does that mean?
He wanted it himself. He said it himself.
Yeah.
I didn't say we should kill him. I just did not say.
Yeah. So if we're just going to deny it, what kind of sentences could we put at the end or before it? You could say another. What language could we use? Language for denial. So let's try to find some expressions. Language of denial. So I didn't say we should kill him. You could. Sometimes I've heard an expression. I'll give you one and see if you can give me any. I said nothing. I've heard this one. Nothing of the sort. One kind of expression. I said nothing of the sort. Does anyone know any other kind of way of saying that you deny it? There's one. So let's see if we can get some functions out of this. So I didn't. So I deny it. That's one. But I deny it is slightly formal, actually. Probably the words "I deny it" wouldn't be used in a police station. You would say something a little less formal, maybe. It's not too formal, but it's... Maybe you would use those words, but what other words might you use?
I don't agree.
Well, that's a little bit tricky, because if you say "I don't agree," then we've got to put some more things before in the whole... You know, somebody said this.
I don't agree. We should kill him.
I'm just looking for words which mean denial. You know, no, it wasn't me.
Can I use a must not?
How? Can you give me some words for denial? So, I didn't say we should kill him. It wasn't me. But that means it was somebody else. So, I'm... Here's another one that people say. I'm trying to think of some... I don't know what gave you that idea.
I don't...
I don't know, sorry, that's not spelt right. I don't know what.
Ahora. I don't know. Okay. Yes.
So can anyone say some other words like that?
Unsaid, no?
Pardon?
Or not?
Say that one again.
I haven't said. I haven't said.
I haven't said. I don't like the perfect tense there, because it's the accusation is really a definite thing, and so I don't like the present perfect really so much. But any others?
Okay. I just said the contrary, perhaps.
Yeah, I said. So you could say the opposite.
The opposite.
And you can actually use a word like actually.
I said not.
I actually said we shouldn't kill him.
Why actually?
Well, actually is a kind of emphasis. So you could say
we shouldn't.
You're wrong. So sometimes when you disagree, you say, well, actually, you're wrong there, actually. So actually is a kind of focusing on people. No, that's not right.
It's in order to reinforce.
It does, yes.
Actually, it's
like do. Like, no, I do. I did. Yes, I did say. Yeah, or I did say not to kill.
And here, I would probably stress the word shouldn't. I actually said we shouldn't kill him.
Yes, we shouldn't kill.
Okay, so we've got a few sentences. Maybe there are some more there to find about denial. If you could, maybe you can think of some others.
We should kill him. We shouldn't kill him. Also,
you can turn the question round as well. You can turn the question round and turn it back on them and say, why did you say that?
Interrogative form.
Why do you say that?
Or why do you... That's like whatever gave you that idea. It's like making them think about it again.
Right. Who say that? No. Who say that? It's not possible.
How would we say that? Yeah, you've got a good one there. So,
who said to kill him?
Who said we should kill him?
Who said we should kill him? Oh. Is it possible? Who said that we should kill him?
Yeah. So there's quite a few ways that you can stand up for yourself, and you can say deny things. Just after you say I didn't say that, you should say some more, because whenever you disagree, it's not enough to just say one thing, because the disagreement is a bit of a surprise in itself, so you have to say something else. So what about what would happen if we stress say? It seems to be strange to stress that word say, because I'm just thinking about what it could possibly mean if we stressed the word say. I didn't say we should kill him. There's two possibilities, maybe. What do you think of it? Is it possible at all? I didn't say we should kill him.
To words. It refers to words. It's more important to the words.
Yeah, but it's a bit crazy to think that I didn't say we should kill him. I wrote it down.
Samantha. She's very funny.
And it was only a joke.
It's very important, but it's difficult to understand.
I think it is a bit strange, the stressing of say.
It's very strange, because didn't is very important.
Unless we say, I didn't say we should kill him. I thought it, but I wouldn't say such a thing. So that might be a good one. I didn't say we should kill him.
I didn't. No, I didn't say we should kill him. I didn't say we should kill him.
And can we say? Can we stress the sentence like this? I did say we shouldn't kill him.
I did say we shouldn't kill him. I didn't say we should kill him. That would be stressing kill, I think. So I didn't say we should kill him. I said we shouldn't kill him. And also notice that the opposites actually don't always stress the same word. So the opposite to stressing kill, I didn't say we should kill him. I didn't say we should kill him. I said we shouldn't kill him. Sometimes you can stress the shouldn't to get the negative. But would there be any point or any meaning in stressing the word we?
I didn't say we should kill him. They should kill him.
Yeah, that one's also a little bit comic, isn't it? I think they'll say and we, they're both a little bit strange. But the kill, I think, makes sense. I think that makes more sense to stress that word, because that could have a meaning. So what do you think it could mean if we say, I didn't say we should kill him? That reminds me of a film. There's an old classic film which my children still like.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Excuse me. Perhaps they should kill another person.
That would be the him, wouldn't it? I didn't say we should kill him. He had nothing to do with it.
Yes, you hear me.
The real bad guy was that one
Perhaps another person
next to him. His mate. Yes. And if we stress kill,
You have killed the wrong person. You have killed the wrong person.
Yeah, that would be good for that one. So that makes sense as well. So I'm not sure that all 7 words can make a lot of good sense, but they can make some kind of sense. And yeah, has anyone got any other sentences? Can anyone find a sentence or think of a sentence like this which we can play with next to see if we can find another example? Usually it's based on the nouns and verbs. Nouns and verbs get the stress. let's just practice reading those 5 sentences and just see how we can just think about how we read them, and not reading them really flatly, but just reading them. It doesn't really matter exactly where we choose to stress them, because as we saw, we can stress wherever we feel like stressing, except we don't stress articles. It sounds silly. We don't stress prepositions. Let me see what happens if I stress a preposition. There's one there. John is coming over tonight. John is coming over tonight. We are going to work on our homework. It sounds very strange. So these articles, prepositions, they're out of it. They don't count, really. They're just passed over. So let's see if we can read this with some different intonation. I'll do the first one, and then we'll do all 5. So, John is coming over tonight. We're going to work on our homework together. So I might stress John and I might stress homework, but it's not the only way. I could say, John's coming over tonight. We're going to work on our homework together. But I think the first way sounded more natural. So let's see if we can read these sentences and just get some kind of intonation and make it feel something. So, Dennis, could you read number 1?
John is coming over tonight. We are going to work on our homework together.
Yeah, keep reading because it sounds good. Just read through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and let me just listen to it.
Ecstasy is an extremely dangerous drug. We should have visited some more castles while we were traveling through the back road of France. Jack bought a new car last Friday. They are looking forward to you visiting them next January.
Yeah, so I think that's good. I think we should really just learn to think about it so that we know that it is something which we should be thinking about. We should be thinking about how the voice goes up and down and think about what we're trying to say. Because sometimes when we read English particularly, not so much when we speak English, but when we read English, we tend to get flat a bit. But usually when we speak, it's not so much of a problem. But sometimes it is when we read. And when we're reading in class, it's sometimes too flat. It's quite fun sometimes to try to be flat. Let me do that before I ask Maria. So I'm going to try and read like a robot now. So let me see how much of a robot I can be. So, John is coming over tonight. We are going to work on our homework together. Ecstasy is an extremely dangerous drug. We should have visited some more castles while we were travelling through the back roads of France. Jack bought a new car last Friday. They are looking forward to your visiting them next Saturday, January. Sorry.
Yes, you're right.
You know, if you search on the internet, there is AT&T have a good. They've had it for a long time. They've had a good text-to-speech robot, and it's good to communicate with somebody in the same room with you by just typing and then clicking the play button, and it reads.
Perhaps, excuse me, teacher. Perhaps
Yes.
we are more worried about the right. Perhaps we are more worried about the right pronunciation than about the intonation.
Yes, that's sometimes the problem. Sometimes we worry about something. That's right. Yeah, I've noticed this is true. That if you worry a lot about, if you worry too much about something, it stops you from intonating. So intonation is definitely related to that. Yes, you're right.
But I think the comprehension is also important. When you read something that you understand, you can more put intonation on that.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes, definitely. Sometimes if you don't understand something, you just really can't read it properly, because only by knowing the meaning can you really intonate it. Yes, this is true. This is one of the difficulties of reading.
Yes. It teaches me, when you are reading a sentence, you must have a big vision of the phrase in order to understand, in order to give the intonation. Perhaps you you have to know what the sentence, the meaning of the sentence. Yes, and afterwards you can pronounce it well, and after you can have the right intonation.
Yes, that's right. That's definitely right. And so we can understand why sometimes people don't intonate properly, but we have to think about it. We have to try for that. And actually, I know that all of you here speak languages which have quite intonation, like Spanish, and so we know that sometimes we know what we need to do. And the first stage is just knowing and understanding and feeling what we need to do. But we can't always do it. I find it's difficult sometimes. Sometimes if I read a book, classic literature, for the first time, or I'm reading a new passage, then it's difficult to read. But if I know that passage very well, I can do all kinds of things with it. So you're absolutely right. It's crucial to be able to read ahead in your mind. And that's a skill which takes a long time to acquire, because you can't easily do that unless you're very good at English.
So I remember the first time when
I tried to read the Mr. Hyde, you know, but it's very interesting because you can give the intonation about the situation. So very interesting, this fact of the intonation, you know.
Yeah, it is. Mario, what were you saying about the first time?
Yeah, the first time when I was reading, I was really focused on the pronunciation, so that I didn't care about the story, and that was very difficult. And now I try to anticipate to read the. It's getting better and better, but it's very difficult the first time.
I've discovered that you can waste a lot of time trying to make sound recordings if you try immediately to just record the sound. So if you're reading a book, for example, and you want to record yourself, then it's much better to just read the book once through, twice through, and then later even read the passage a couple of times and then read it. But some people are very good at reading because you can practice, you can get good at this, you can learn a few techniques and you can learn how to read, but you need to concentrate. I think one thing that actually helps you read is to sit up and lift up a bit, like they say in the theatre, and just actually, a lot of it's physical. If you slouch, if you just crumple up and you kind of try to sleep a little bit, you can't read. But if you treat it a bit like sport, you know, then you can read. Say, right, I'm going to read this. Ecstasy is an extremely dangerous drug. That's how to do it, I think. It's a bit strange, but yeah. Anyway, I'm off now to eat. I've got to go to school as well. Pardon?
So it depends. You know, I want to say that more depends from the reader. You know, in intonation, depends on the reader. You understand?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But anyway, it was good bit of fun anyway, and some good reading. So I'll catch you tomorrow, I hope. See you soon, I hope.
Okay.
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 Thanks a lot.